All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with members of self-help groups through video conferencing at 9:30 this morning. Internet to remain free and fair in India as government approves net neutrality. Enforcement Directorate moves special PMLA court seeking declaration of diamond traders Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi as fugitive economic offenders. India becomes 69th shareholder of the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, paving way for more joint investment with Indian companies. In FIFA World Cup, Croatia beat England to enter the final for the first time to play France for the title on Sunday. And Roger Federer makes shock quarter-final exit from Wimbledon Tennis Championships. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will directly interact with the members of self-help groups through video conferencing at 9:30 a.m. today. The interaction will be available on the Narendra Modi app, Doordarshan and NIC webcast. The groups which will take part in the interaction are under the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihoods Mission, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana and Rural Self-Employment Training Institutes. The interaction is expected to provide an opportunity to the Prime Minister to know directly from the members about the various activities being undertaken by them and how it has impacted their lives. Some of the selected beneficiaries are working on anti-alcohol movement, maize value chain and marketing from Bihar, brick-making unit from Chhattisgarh. Speaking exclusively to AIR Rural Development Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said the government is focusing on alleviating rural poverty through Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana and self-help groups are contributing in a big way in this endeavor.
पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय राष्ट्रीय आजीविका मिशन में 41 लाख से अधिक महिलाओं के स्व सहायता समूह देश भर में काम कर रहे हैं, जिनमें 5 करोड़ से अधिक महिलाएं जुड़ी हुई हैं। भारत सरकार का लक्ष्य है कि आने वाले कल में हम इस मिशन से 9 करोड़ महिलाओं को जोड़ें।
The minister said along with development of villages and SAGs are playing an important role in promoting and implementing many government schemes like Swachh Bharat Mission. Mr. Tomar said through Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana, youths from rural areas are getting training as well as job.
पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय ग्रामीण कौशल योजना के माध्यम से लगातार गांव में रहने वाले नौजवान जुड़ रहे हैं। अभी तक 5,70,000 नौजवानों ने प्रशिक्षण प्राप्त किया है और 3,54,000 से अधिक नौजवान अपना जॉब पा चुके हैं। हम तेजी के साथ प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में इन दोनों योजनाओं पर काम कर रहे हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the new headquarter building of the Archaeological Survey of India at Tilak Marg in New Delhi today. An official release said the new building is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, including energy-efficient lighting and rainwater harvesting. It will also include a central archaeological library with a collection of about 1,50,000 books and journals. The Telecom Commission TC has approved net neutrality rules that bar service providers from discriminating against internet content and services by blocking, throttling or granting them higher speed access. The decision that intends to ensure open and free internet in the country was taken at a meeting of the Commission, the highest decision-making body in the Department of Telecommunication in New Delhi. Telecom Commission Chairman Aruna Sundararajan told reporters after the meeting that some critical applications or services like remote surgery and autonomous cars will be kept out of the purview of net neutrality framework. We have a report.
The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India had recommended restrictions on service providers from entering into agreements which lead to discriminatory treatment of content on the Internet. The Department of Telecom will set up a multi-stakeholder body to monitor and enforce net neutrality. The Commission Chairman said that TC also approved the National Digital Communications Policy 2018 and will now seek the Cabinet's approval. The new policy aims to attract investments worth 6,50,000 crore rupees, 40 lakh new jobs, 50 megabit per second broadband access to every citizen in the digital communication sector by 2022. Tripti Srivastava, News Desk.
State-run telecom firm BSNL has unveiled the country's first internet telephony service. It will allow users to dial any telephone number in India through its mobile app. BSNL customers will be able to make calls using the company's mobile app Wings to any phone number in the country. The service was inaugurated by Telecom Minister Manoj Sinha in New Delhi yesterday. The Enforcement Directorate has moved Mumbai's Special Prevention of Money Laundering Act court seeking to declare diamond traders Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi as fugitive economic offenders. Two separate applications under the recently promulgated Fugitive Economic Offenders Ordinance were filed in the PNB fraud case. The application also seeks to confiscate the assets worth 3,500 crore rupees. The move has been made on the basis of the charge sheet filed by the agency recently. Bihar government has approved amendments in stringent provisions of the Prohibition and Excise Act 2016. A cabinet meeting chaired by Chief Minister Nitish Kumar yesterday approved scrapping of harsh provisions to confiscate property, including house, land and vehicle, in case of recovery of liquor. In Uttar Pradesh, Samekit Shiksha Yojana of the central government is empowering differently abled children and bringing them into the mainstream. The objective of the scheme is to give free education to such children, along with providing them aids and assistive devices. Under the initiative, teachers also get special training in physiotherapies are been hired for these children. We have a ground report from a Lucknow correspondent.
In Uttar Pradesh, around 2 lakh differently abled children aged between 6 to 14 years got admissions in schools under Samekit Shiksha Yojana this year. More than 32,000 children were examined for disability in at least 444 medical camps organized this year. Son of Kailash Prakash, a resident of Meerut district, was mentally challenged and he was worried about his education. Kailash told AIR that now his son is getting education under this scheme.
शुरू से ही मेरा बच्चा अभिषेक दिमाग से कमजोर था और उसे पढ़ने में बड़ी दिक्कतें थी। आज मेरा बच्चा कक्षा 3 में है, वो समझने लगा है और लिखने भी लगा रहा है और पढ़ने भी लगा है और मुझे बड़ा गर्व है इस बात का कि जो हमारी भारत सरकार है उसने ऐसे टीचर दिया है जो बच्चों को अच्छी तरह से पढ़ा रहे हैं।
Daughter of Ombir, a resident of Rajpura in Meerut, is unable to walk and was not going to school. Now she is getting education under this scheme.
सरकार ने ऐसा अच्छा कदम उठाया है कि इन बच्चों के लिए भी मुझे व्हील चेयर दी स्कूल पहुंचाने के लिए और टीचरों ने भी हमारा साथ दिया उसको पढ़ाने के लिए और जैसे सब आम बच्चे पढ़ते हैं उन्हीं के साथ मेरी बच्ची पढ़ती है। सरकार की ये बहुत अच्छी पहल है।
This year more than 29,000 special need equipment such as braille kit, wheelchairs and hearing aids were distributed among 15,000 differently able children. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. India has become the 69th shareholder of the European Bank for the Reconstruction and Development, paving the way for more joint investment with Indian companies across the bank's regions of operation. European Bank President Suma Chakraborty said in London yesterday that India had applied for the membership in December 2017. The Board of Governors voted unanimously in favor of the country's application in March 2018, with the entire membership process completed this week. London headquartered EBRD is a multilateral development bank set up in 1991 after the fall of the Berlin Wall. It aims to promote private and entrepreneurial initiative in emerging Europe and invest in 38 emerging economies. India and the United Kingdom have signed an agreement on exchange of experience by legal professionals and government functionaries for resolution of disputes before various courts and tribunals. The agreement was signed by Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad and UK's Secretary of State for Justice David Gauke in London. Iran says it will do its best to ensure security of oil supply to India as it has been a reliable energy partner for New Delhi. The clarification by Iranian embassy came a day after Iran's Deputy Ambassador and Shah Affairs Masood R. Rahagi cautioned New Delhi that it will stand to lose special privileges if it cuts import of Iranian oil following US sanctions. In a statement in New Delhi yesterday, the embassy said Iran will do its best to ensure security of oil supply to India by offering various flexible measures which facilitate bilateral trade, particularly Indian exports to Iran. US President Donald Trump has shocked its NATO allies at a summit in Brussels by demanding that members double the defense spending commitments. White House spokeswoman Sarah Sanders said, Mr. Trump suggested that the countries not only meet their commitment of 2% of the GDP on defense spending, but that they increase it to 4%. And now, news from the FIFA World Cup.
Luka Modric-led Croatia created history last night when they defeated England in a pulsating semi-final at Moscow to reach their first ever World Cup final. The Croats came back from a goal behind and won it 2-1 in extra time, dashing England's hopes of sealing a place in the title clash for the first time since 1966. Kieran Trippier had put the Three Lions in a frenzy when he curled a brilliant 20-yard free kick to make it 1-0 in just the 5th minute.
It is Kieran Trippier. It is delicious! Glorious England goal!
Inter Milan winger Ivan Perisic made things square in the second half with an athletic finish, sending the match into extra time.
Aimed in beyond Mandzukic and fired home by Perisic! Croatia's cravings are satisfied, at least for now.
Juventus forward Mario Mandzukic then scored the winner in the 109th minute, sending England into tears and helping Croatia to better its 1998 performance when they reached the semi-finals in France.
Mandzukic! Croatia hit the front! Mario Mandzukic pounced! And England are hurt!
Croatia will now face France in the summit clash in Moscow on Sunday. The third place playoff between England and Belgium will be played on Saturday at St. Petersburg. Sabi Hassan Khan, AIR News.
In the Wimbledon Tennis Championships, defending champion and 8-time winner Roger Federer made a shocking quarter-final exit last night. The 20-time Grand Slam champion, who was the top seed, was stunned by South African Kevin Anderson, who fought back from 2 sets down to beat the Swiss in a 5-setter. Federer, who has won the Wimbledon singles trophy more than any other man, was aiming to equal Martina Navratilova's all-time record of 9 titles. Second seed Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic also won the last 8 matches to set up a sensational last 4 encounter. In cricket, the first one-day international of the 3-match series between India and England will be played in Nottingham today. The match will begin at 5 p.m. Indian time. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Anuja Kumar.
Thank you, Abhishek. The central government telling the Supreme Court that it would leave it to the judge's wisdom to decide the constitutionality of the controversial Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code that criminalizes homosexuality makes for front-page news in all the dailies this morning. Government sets out on Section 377, leaves it to the Supreme Court's wisdom, headlines the Hindustan Times. In another story, the Asian Age quoting the government writes, adultery must stay crime for sanctity of marriage. Bid to divert focus from Geo Rao leads the Pioneer, adding, HRD Ministry may release another list of private colleges under institutions of eminence. Government backs net neutrality framework, says the Economic Times. The paper writes that Telecom Commission allows fast lanes for critical services but not walled garden. Referring to the IAS officer from Kashmir, Shah Faisal, who has been pulled up for his Rapistan tweet, the DNA writes Kashmiri IAS officer has done it in past too. Restore Taj to its glory or demolish it, Supreme Court tells government, informs the Asian Age, adding Supreme Court to have day-to-day hearing from July 31st. And finally, Football World hails Thai cave heroes. Well, the Statesman reports that they may not make it to the World Cup final, but the schoolboy team rescued from the flooded cave in Thailand have been hailed as heroes by top footballers and clubs after their dramatic ordeal. And with that, it's back to you, Abhishek.
Thank you, Anuja, for a look at today's newspapers. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with members of self-help groups through video conferencing at 9:30 this morning. Internet to remain free and fair in India as government approves net neutrality. Enforcement Directorate moves special PMLA court seeking declaration of diamond traders Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi as fugitive economic offenders. In FIFA World Cup, Croatia beat England to enter the final for the first time to play France for the title on Sunday. And Roger Federer makes shock quarter-final exit from Wimbledon Tennis Championships. And for details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.